Hey, greetings all you fellow slinging agents in the wild. It's your trusted handler, Brian, and welcome me once again to the Digital Rage Room. You know, I gotta say, you guys must be behind enemy lines, keeping a low profile, because the comments have been a little thin this week, and I'm a little concerned about all you guys. So please don't forget, leave us a comment over on our YouTube channel at RolledHard20, right into the show at RolledHard20podcast@gmail.com, or leave me a comment on any one of our social media platforms, because we're out there on all of them. And yeah, you know, I'm really looking forward to hearing from you guys. I'm getting lonely. I feel entrenched in. Anyways, let's warm up our dice and top off our glass as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents episode 5 of our homebrewed Delta Green scenario, Lot 27. Keep the faith.
Doing good here.
So everybody still having fun? Everybody still enjoying what we're doing?
Oh, yeah.
Like the pacing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right. Greetings, fellows.
Sorry.
Bitches.
Sorry.
Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is your trusted handler, Brian, and with me, my heart slingers of yore.
Hail, Pandora.
Episode 5 of our homebrew Delta Green scenario, lot number 27. So you guys have made it to Union Station. You saw 4 guys get off the train carrying this box you've been chasing since back at Penn Station. Probably even earlier than that. They got in a shuttle van, which then began to drive off. You guys accosted another shuttle van, whipped out your credentials saying, follow those guys. And he said, okay, I can do that. Joey likes squirrels. And he starts driving. So you guys in town for a while?
For a few days. I'll reach into my wallet, fish out a couple 20s, and say, hey, this is for your help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Follow that van.
Sure thing. Want a piece of gum? Gum?
Not while I'm eating, thanks.
It's juicy fruit.
Odessa will sequester himself as best he can and give a call to Heisenberg.
Yeah, I'll engage the driver so he won't be listening.
Okay.
Right? So I'll be jibber-jabbering with the driver while you're in the back talking to our girlfriend.
Make your call.
All right. Flips open the phone, presses the button, keeps it on as low. He's going to talk as low as he can.
Odessa.
The box got off in Chicago. We're at Union Station. We're in a shuttle van following it now. The guys got off and they got into their own shuttle. We're following. No idea where we are, where we're headed.
With the box? They're carrying the box right now.
They are carrying the box.
That is contrary to our intelligence. That doesn't make any sense.
It's possible these guys are just mercenaries and maybe someone gave them a higher offer.
Nah, I don't think so. Not from the bodies we saw back at the civilian and at the at Penn Station. I don't agree with that. These guys are zealots. How long is the layover at Union Station?
4 hours.
4 hours. Is it possible they're just taking it someplace before getting back on a train again to finish the rest of the trek?
Yeah, but what would be the point of that?
What would be the point of getting off at Union Station? I mean, it makes more sense that they have this individual with the yacht.
Maybe things changed. I mean, they are aware they're being followed. They lost 2 members on the way. Perhaps their plans changed in order to reflect this changing circumstances. They did encounter our other team and dispatch most of it, if not all of it. Well, at least from their perspective, they got them all. And now they're being followed again. They've lost 2 members already. It's possible that they've accelerated their own timetable.
Doesn't make any sense. All right, so what's the play? Are you planning on accosting them, or are you just going to see what they end up doing? What's going on?
Well, previous to your instructions, we're just going to find out where it goes.
All right, yeah, just follow the box. Make sure that, somebody grabbed this item. Somebody paid a lot of money for it. I'd be curious to know who did that or why or what their end game with it is. Believe me, I don't want to have some entity running wild in the world either. So if it looks like it's going to get to that point, we've got to stop it.
Gotcha. Odessa will put a stopwatch. He's got like a nice Iron Man watch, and put a stopwatch to count down from 4 hours. And that'll give us the idea, number one, of how long this trip is, and number two, how much time we'll have left to get back to the train.
Okay, so you follow this shuttle van as it leaves the station and heads north on Interstate number 41 along the southwest body of Lake Michigan. After driving for 20 minutes and covering a mere 7 miles in the traffic, the shuttle van exits West Belmont Avenue and heads west. It then makes a left on a busy road, followed by another quick left onto a side street. The shuttle van stops in front of an old house that looks like it's been converted into a church of some kind. One of the men leans forward towards the driver, indicates something as the other men get out. One of them is carrying the box as all four of them head towards the front door. They don't knock, they just enter and close the door behind them.
We want to get as much information from our location as possible so that we can give an address and let Heisenberg know as to where the location of the box is. But since we're not to make any entry, we're just going to kind of hang out, talk to our driver. The other shuttle bus doesn't drive away, correct?
No, it does not. It stays where it's at.
It's waiting also. All right, I get on the phone with Heisenberg. I step out of the van and make this call.
Okay. Where's he going? Joey wants to know.
Yeah, Joey, you know how it is with, traveling, a bunch of guys traveling together. The women get a little nervous, so he's calling his lady.
Joey
calling
knows.
his lady, let her know it's okay.
Joey knows. Piece of gum?
Not while I'm eating, thanks.
Odesso.
We've stopped. We're about 21 minutes, maybe about 5-6 miles away from from the train station, and we're in a older building. Looks like it's converted to a church. Very strange. We're I'm thinking about 5-6 minutes away from the 41 due west. I can't give you any better directions than that. There's nothing around here to give you a street sign, but I'll keep on looking for something to give you an idea. Everybody got out, including the box. Of note, they told their shuttle driver to stay put, so we're following the van. That van hasn't left, neither have we, so we're hanging out here.
I wonder if that means that the van's going to be heading back to Union Station then.
It does seem like this is a temporary stop, maybe to verify the goods with somebody or someone who's going to authenticate the item to make sure it is in fact genuine. Or maybe this is a delivery. It could be any one of a number of things.
Hey, Tone, ask Heisenberg if we see the four men leave with the shuttle, but without the box, do they want us to go into the house and try to get the box? Or if they bring the box out, just to keep following them?
So, Heisenberg, if the guys come back out of this makeshift church without the box, what do you want us to do?
Converge on the house.
Got it. And if they come out with the box, just follow them back?
Well, if they're coming out with the box, it's high probability that they're going to go back and get back on the connecting train, which will take them west. I am curious what's going on inside that house, so if they leave with the box, can you do a quick recon of that house?
Yeah, just for clarity, it's a converted church, or it's just a big building. Maybe it was
a house. Yeah,
it's a house. It's a big house.
That turned into a church.
They turned it into a church.
Farts.
Okay, yeah, we can do a quick recon of the house, yes, and not miss the connecting flight. Maybe we should. Yeah, we can make that happen.
But real quick, if they're getting back in the car, we don't know if they're going back to the train. Like if they have the box, we don't know if they're maybe they got the box and they took the artifact out and left it in the house, and now they're leaving with the box. So we'll follow them with the. There's a couple questions we need to either.
Well, let's do a recon of the place right now. Maybe we'll get lucky.
How do we do that? There's a driver in the shuttle van right in front of the house.
Yeah, we'll just send one of us around the outside of the house just to see if there's anything. We walk around the perimeter, see if we can see anything, an open window, something like that. We have until they do, and according to my timer, we've got 3 hours and 28 minutes before the train leaves.
So, real quick then, we want to try to recon the house and
just not make entry, just do an outside reconnaissance. So do a walk step, see where the doors are, the windows are, so how many stories it is. If it's got a basement, it probably does. This is Chicago.
we don't think this shuttle driver is maybe connected with them and can call and say, hey, there's a guy walking around the front of the house.
I
or
don't
a person
think so.
walking by the house.
Yeah, there could be. That's a good point.
And then two, if they come out of this, can all be cut out if you want, Ryder. If they come out of the house with the box, we don't know that the item is still in there. Right? So they could be, especially if they think they're being followed, they can bring an empty box out and drive on some wild, thing for us. And now, so one, why would they drive all the way here with the box and then drive all the way back? That seems kind of odd to me.
Oh, maybe they're giving it to somebody to authenticate it. Is this the real thing? Did we buy what we were supposed to buy? Is it what it is or what it purports to be? I mean, someone pays $1.2 million and none of these guys look like experts on the particular subject matter. So I'm thinking this is a stop to authenticate it.
I would think also that the shuttle would return back to the train station, because it would have to. It's from the train station. That's just what I would like. If I was a player, I would say, well, if they came here, it's not going to go someplace else and detour. It's probably going to go one place and then come back. It has to come back to the station.
Okay.
And we're probably looking pretty suspicious because we grabbed another shuttle van too.
We're parked right behind them.
Well, I could only imagine that you guys probably parked around the corner like some old cheesy 70s.
We're trying to be
shit.
some kind of subtle.
Subtle in a shuttle.
There we go.
With Joey.
With Joey. Joey Bag of Donuts. How you doing, buddy?
All right. Well,
I don't think we should surveil the house. I think that would just call more attention to us. If we want to do that, potentially Ichi would be the best, hopefully, at being, with his skill set. But I don't know what we would even do.
We're thinking the driver's part of their crew, but that doesn't seem to be likely to me. But
he doesn't. Well, he might not be if he's just, like they said, hey, we're paying for the shuttle, like we're doing with Brother Jimmy here,
Yeah.
Joey.
Joey. They probably, Joey Jims. All right. Juicy Fruit Jimmy. Joey. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think that we should try to surveil anything because, again, we're following the box. Like, it doesn't matter what's in the house because creeping in, looking in windows, that's just going to get more attention, I think.
Well, the benefit is maybe we can confirm that the object we want is definitely still in the box. That's the only problem we have. Because if they move, we're following a box, but we think what we want is what's in the box. So if the box stays, obviously the item stays. But if the box moves, it may not contain the item anymore.
So do you guys stand fast in the van then, or what do you do?
Yeah, we'll stand fast in the van. It's the less risky of the two.
Okay, about an hour passes by before they exit this house/church, and they are carrying the box.
Does it appear to have the same weight, or is like the guy now got it under one arm and
No, it appears to have the same kind of density to it, but I'd like for you guys to make an alertness check.
Okay, and also, let's do the roll first.
Man, I can't make a perception check to save my life. 92.
I rolled 100.
I barely made it with a 49 under 53.
Each, as you're watching with your keen vision, wonder where you got that from. You notice that the box is now adorned with strange symbols upon it.
Okay.
They re-enter the shuttle van, which has remained parked outside the whole time. And the van pulls away.
Did you guys see that? The box has a bunch of strange sigils or runes on it now. Some religious mumbo jumbo or something, as far as I can figure.
Rock-like symbols?
You would know better than I, Adesso.
Yeah, I missed it. I didn't see anything. You know, I'm feeling a little worried about it. I'm going to lay a wager that they're probably going straight back to the train station. I think we should take a look through the house.
How about, okay, we don't know if they're going back to the train station. So maybe Makamura can stay with our friend Jimmy Joey Bag of Donuts here and confirm that they go back to the station.
And then we can just get another cab on the way out.
Or can come back and get us. It's not that long of a drive, and I don't think that, well, they did all go to the house and they all left. So that still means there's people inside the house.
Right.
Unless they went all the way to this house to adorn it with whatever special religious implements they had.
That makes sense. We should... It's a shuttle van from the train station. It's going back to the train station. It's not like a taxi or something like that. I'll bet you it's going back. I think it's worth the risk.
I will say Heisenberg said follow the box, so I think it would be smart to have at least one of us follow the box and find out if it's going to the train station. If it's not, Makamura, you can let us know.
Okay. Well, let's send Makamura with Joey Bag of Donuts back, and then if nothing else, send us another van so we don't lose any time.
I can do that.
You want to sit up front with Joey?
No, I'll stay in the back seat.
Okay, if they go back to the train
far back
station,
seat.
if they go back to the train station, you can confirm it. There should be time enough for you to come back here and get us.
Or I could just send another shuttle to come get you, and I could stay eyes on box.
That's even better.
Yeah,
that's smart.
better.
I don't want to lose this box, so
Well, we'll confirm.
do it.
We'll confirm that they didn't leave this artifact in the house and leave with a ruined up box to get our attention and take us off the scent. So we'll find out either way. If there's anything here, we'll have information. If not, we know that we got Makamura's eyes on the thing. Occam's eyeballs.
So Joey and Makamura, they take off and they follow the van, leaving you guys standing on this worn out side street. You see dilapidated houses. Some of them are lived in, some of them are not. But this one house has been converted into what looks like a church. As you walk up to the entrance, you see all kinds of succulents draped over low wooden partitions to grassy areas. 2 wooden doors with frosted glass bar your entrance, each with strange symbols that have been acid etched into the frosted glass on both doors.
Any sort of ring cams or cameras outside or anything like that?
Nope, nothing like that at all.
Okay, is there any lights on in the house?
You really can't tell. There seems to be a soft glow on the other side of the frosted glass, but whether that's attributed to some kind of an inside illumination or maybe light leaking in through a window off the side, it's hard to tell.
Does this building look like it's open to the public? Like you could just walk in and people wouldn't be ultra suspicious of it? You know, like a regular church. You can just walk into a regular church.
It's probably open by invitation.
Okay, well maybe one of us can go take a quick look around the back. Before I do that, I will take out the obsidian knife that we procured from our friendly car conductor and hand that to Agent Adesso. It's like, here you go in case.
Okay.
In case we need to keep it quiet.
Gotcha.
And each will walk around, do a quick little surveillance around the house if possible.
Okay, and you walk the full perimeter around and you see that there's untrimmed bushes and draping trees and boughs and whatnot. And as you go around, you notice that every window has got a thick, heavy drape covering it. And it's like that all the way around the house, all the way back to the front again.
Okay,
Is there any
except
back
for
door?
I'm sorry?
Is there a back door?
There is a back door, but even the window that's on the back door is covered over.
Is the back door locked?
Well, you're not the one back there knocking on the back door.
That's right. Looking out my back door.
So I don't encounter anything back there. There's no dogs. There's no nothing
No,
like
there's
that.
nothing like that. In fact, the neighborhood's
Okay.
actually pretty quiet.
Okay, and the front porch area, did that have a porch light on?
No, it's still in
Okay.
the like early morning right now. It's 11:20 in the morning right now.
Okay. Well, I will text Adesso. So remembering what I saw the front door and the back door, which one seems to be the easiest to pick?
Technically, you never tried the front door.
Well, I didn't try opening it, but I'm just saying, like, is it like a Jimmy Janky lock back here, or is like
No, they look like they have deadbolts. They look,
deadbolt?
yeah, they look pretty beefy.
Okay. I'll swing back to Adesso real quick. Well, real quick, before I do that, I'm gonna actually lightly touch the door and see if it has any give. Turn the doorknob a little bit, or if it's locked.
The back door
Yeah.
is locked.
Okay. I assume the front door is also. I'll make my way back to Adesso. There's nothing back there but a back door. Windows are all covered. Are we going in?
Yeah, let's go in.
You want to go in here or the back?
Let's go through the back. Less
Okay.
chance of encountering well, we probably were going to encounter somebody if we go through the back or the front. At least
Well,
we'll get an
less
element of
eyeballs
surprise.
from the street seeing us up
Yeah.
on this door porch like a bunch of idiots.
Exactly.
So we'll swing to the back door and I'll take out my lock picks and I'll see if I can. Before we do that, is the front door locked?
No,
Okay.
It's not.
Well then,
even says it right here. The doors are unlocked.
the front door, right?
Oh, great.
You said the front door is unlocked.
Are unlocked.
Yeah, but you said the back door was locked.
Yeah,
Okay, just check.
because technically, I never designed the house with the back door on it.
Oh,
Tone's
okay.
like, "What do you mean it doesn't have a back door? It's got to have
It's
some
just
kind of
a
fire
fuck-
escape." So they had to
fucking
put a
door
fucking back
painted.
door on it just now, and then I had to lock the fucking thing.
See, kids, that's how you make a game. Yeah, the house has two doors. I'm such a great handler. All right. So since the only back door is a painted on one, we'll proceed through the front door quietly.
The doors open onto a large room. Antique furniture made from old, dark wood has been etched with unusual symbols and glyphs. You see hundreds of candles, some melted and burned out, others still brightly lit, adorn the room in nooks and crannies built into the walls. A thick white ash crushed into the wooden floor and piled against the walls powders up against your feet as you slowly make your way into the room. Towards the back of the room, near a round table with two chairs, hangs a curtain of black beads separating this room from what lies beyond.
Okay. I'll quietly proceed there and give a listen. See if I can hear any kind of cryptic mumbo jumbo mumblings of some long, weird cosmic religion. That's a 41 under 53 for alertness.
As you creep your way towards the beads, listening, got your ear out in front of you, the beaded curtain actually parts
Fuck.
from the other side. A small old woman stands before you, in her 70s, hair like gray steel cords, and dressed in a black dress, of which the hem is gray from collecting this ash. Her ice blue eyes measure each of you in turn. May I help you, gentlemen?
Ma'am, we're looking for a fugitive. Someone who may be requesting sanctuary from your... I'd like to call it a church, but I'm not really sure. We're FBI agents, and we followed an individual to this location. Have you seen anyone?
Well, if you followed somebody to this location, you know that they were just here. Were those
No.
the individuals whom you were looking for?
I didn't say individuals. I said one person. Who was here, ma'am?
Members of our church.
How many left?
4 individuals.
Were you expecting 4 individuals?
I was expecting something else besides the individuals.
What were you expecting?
Something I was told would be here that needed my blessing. Why are you questioning me about these matters? I don't understand.
To indicate, ma'am, we're looking for a very dangerous individual that has escaped into this area and may be hiding in this building. Does this building have a basement?
No, it does not, but I can tell you that there is nobody else here.
And
I
the
am
four
the
gentlemen
only
who
one.
came. Okay, and the four gentlemen who came here, they didn't bring anybody else, did they?
No.
And you were expecting 4 people, and 4 people came, and then 4 people left.
I was expecting 6 people to arrive. 4 people showed up.
Okay. All right, ma'am. If you notice anything, please call the local authorities at 911. And I'm hoping there's somebody else here with you.
No, I am the only one. This is
Would
the
you
way
mind
it
if
has
we-
always been.
Would we have your blessing to just do a quick check of the house and make sure that you're safe?
Please go right ahead. I am not in danger, but if it makes you feel comfortable, please go ahead and do so.
All right. Well, maybe
We'll take a quick
Odessa.
look around. Or at
Odessa,
least
you can.
give the idea that we're taking a quick look around.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll sit with her and I'll ask her some questions, sort of about this religion.
Odessa, as you start looking around the house, I'm imagining that you're going through the beaded curtain.
Yeah, go through the beaded curtain. I'm going to text Makamura on my phone telling him the artifact is with the box. Keep eyes on it. It's not here at this location.
On the other side of the beaded curtain, you see that there are skulls adorning shelves on every wall. Small candles simmer in the sockets of them. Some are skulls of animals, some are of human, some are other skulls.
Oh.
You see that there's all kinds of implements for etching and scribing on a little table in the far back. Agent Each, what did you want to ask?
Well, ma'am, I'm sort of unfamiliar with your religion here. What's all this whisper of ages about? Maybe you'll have a convert.
We are a church of the old ways, of an ancient god. I am the head priestess at this satellite church of the Whisper of Ages.
How long have you been a part of it?
I was brought into it as a young girl back from the old country. My name is Gretna Green.
Well, Miss Green, it's a pleasure to meet you. I thank you for allowing us to sort of barge in here on you.
Your apology is accepted. Why is it you search for those men that were here and are no longer here? What is
Well,
it
I
that-
believe what my partner said is there's a person in this area that we're searching for. His trail led us to here, and that's when we happened to see these 4 individuals coming out of your house.
would be quite a coincidence to find that the one person who you've been chasing came here when 4 strangers came here as well. You know that I knew those 4 men. And
Oh,
the
I wouldn't know.
subterfuge has failed. I understand that. Just
Not
so
sure what you
know,
mean, ma'am.
I had told Deacon Gray that he shouldn't do what he was doing. I am not on his side. I am not against him. I know he does what is best for our sect. But he is taking an enormous risk at revealing us to everyone else. But I
Is there
cannot
anything
do
more you can tell us about this Deacon Gray?
He's always skirted the sides of our regulations to our sect. You haven't asked what he brought me or why he brought it to me.
Well, I don't even know what it is anyone brought. Like I said, we're actually here looking for a suspect that was in the area, and Most of these houses here seem empty, but we saw 4 people leaving your house. Wanted to make sure that do a safety check.
Agent Adesso, as you continue to move in the back room of the house, describe for me what you're looking for.
I'm not really looking for anything. I just want to satisfy her to make her think that I was looking for a person that may be in hiding. But since I see those items in the corner, I'd like to take a closer look at them. Are they scribing tools or such?
They are. They're a type of like an etching tool. You see certain droppers that have some kind of a acidious compound within, almost as though used for burning or etching things into different materials. You see certain kinds of carving implements.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Anything else?
Off in the corner, you see a scroll, or should I say several sheets of paper that have been rolled into a type of a scroll and held together with a thong of leather.
Got it. Okay. Nothing I can... do I recognize any ACLO symbols on anything?
You are familiar with ACLO. After all, you do have a particular book, How to Read ACLO, hidden in your box. So why don't you give me a luck roll?
A luck roll.
Roll high, brother.
Roll, yeah. Well, I've been doing really good at rolling high on my percentages. 18.
18. You do recognize a few of these symbols. They are in ACLO. But they don't make a lot of sense. It's almost as though you could recognize a particular word here or there. 2 words that are close together in conjunction, say blood shedder. Another one, it doesn't make sense because it doesn't translate to a verb or a noun or anything that you could describe it as. It just says off a shell.
Off a shell. So blood shedder, could that be like wound maker or bleed?
One of the blades.
Pardon?
Like one of our blades that we have.
Yeah.
Is that some sort of ceremonial implement?
Mm-hmm. Off a shell. Gotcha. Anything else stand out to me?
Nothing else.
Take a peek at those scrolls. Is that what you were reading?
No, he was looking at some of the different glyphs that were about.
Oh, okay.
Blood shedder, things like that. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at a scroll.
Okay. As you untie this leather band around the scrolls and begin to open them up, you see 8 tightly wound scrolls, approximately 11 inches by 14. As you quickly skim through them, lest you arouse Gretna's suspicion, one of them stands out. Maybe it's because of some of the acloglyphs you've seen recently in the book that you've acquired from Montgomery Green. But it's a scroll describing how to conjoin multiple symbols together to make a more powerful glyph, a kind of soul-binding glyph. And then, just like times before, you begin to hear this voice coming from somewhere inside. It's a voice you've heard several times, Adesso, a voice that seems to not get louder, but rather intensifies the more often you hear it. The last few times you've heard it, it told you to take the incisors from the bodies at the ranger station, as well as most recently, a sample of the purple protomatter. And again, it speaks to you.
Adesso wants to take the scroll. That one that he's reading. Well, first off, can he read it? If he's scanning through it, can he actually make out what's there?
He can. He can make out a few words here and there. Mm-hmm. But just like anything that's dealing with the ACLO language, it would take hours to really decipher it. Because you're talking about the way that the calligraphy is put together in these scrolls and how old they are. Little inflections of a wrist making a swipe of a letter or a symbol can make the difference between water and fire. just in how these things are deciphered. Even sometimes if somebody's right-handed versus left-handed, and the particular angle of that glyph can change its whole meaning. But you do manage to decipher a few words. Mind, rending, submission.
Got it. He's got that urge again to, I need to preserve it because I need to remember that this is real. And this could have far greater significance than just the instant moment. So, how big is this scroll?
They're 11 inches wide by 14 inches long.
Yeah. And the big scroll that had, they all wound up together in one, like there are 8 scrolls in one tube?
Yeah, and they're not even in a tube. They're just laid atop of each other and just woundly curled up. And then they were fastened with this leather band.
Okay, he'll take the one that, mind submission scroll. Mind rending submission scroll. He'll roll that up nicely and tuck it away for later.
And you have zero hesitation, knowing that at some point this might make a difference in everything that you've been dealing with since the agency first called you for your first mission with Clyde Bauman and dealing with his personal effects. And it kind of makes you wonder also, when the time comes, will they send somebody to your house looking for all these items that you may have when they make you the mission? Or if you suddenly have become deceased, you know, what's that going to do for Sana and your children?
He's going to have to fix something. He's probably going to have to bring each into it. If something does happen and he does become, if he dies or becomes incapacitated, he wouldn't want his kids or Santa to find that collection. But from his perspective, he's got to have it. He's got to remember that this is real. It's not an imagination. He's not going insane. These events did happen, and these are constant reminders. So they need to be preserved. It's almost like an irresistible impulse for him.
And these other scrolls, they definitely catch your attention. But the one thing that brings you back to the here and now is you could hear Each and Gretna Green talking just on the other side of the bead curtain.
Well, he'll make his way towards the beaded curtain, join Each and Greta Green.
Agent Each, you see Gretna Green sitting in front of you, wondering, when will we get to the bottom of our conversation?
Just a minute, I'm writing down Gretna Green. Well, ma'am, I think we've kind of already got to the bottom of it, unless there's something else you feel like talking about. Maybe something about those 4 men who left your place? What you got, Tom?
Ask her why they needed her blessing.
Okay. So yeah, maybe there's you want to talk more about those 4 men who left the place with the little package, and you said you gave it a blessing? What kind of blessing would be for a priestess of the Whisper of Ages? What would that entail?
It would entail giving it a blessing of victory. Deacon Gray brought me something to bless. An artifact or relic or combination of both. You see, an artifact is something ancient that defines a culture. A relic is created using the remains of a divine holy person. And this item embodies both. And he wanted my experience, my connections, to bless this item to ensure its spiritual victory that would transcend the material victory they are cultivating. Are you familiar with Off-the-Shelf Divine?
Off-the-Shelf Divine? What's that?
Off-the-Shelf Divine.
Sorry, ma'am. Not familiar.
The name translates to Bloodshedder. There is a legend about this ancient god. During the Dark Ages, he nearly brought Europe to its knees. Sure, the plague got all the credit, but it was Off-the-Shelf who should have gotten the credit for the plague he wrought upon the people. According to legend, as long as a single drop of his blood exists, so does he. For if one drop of his blood touches the earth, he will reconstitute with the same manner of form, strength, and cunning. And contained within this rock that Deacon Gray had me bless is the essence of Officer Zavile, a drop of his blood that has not yet touched the ground.
So is that what you're saying was in that box they had?
There is a large stone, a quartz, and in the center of this, encapsulated, is a drop of Officer Zavile. And Deacon Gray believes his victory is already assured, that the steps he takes are merely a formality. He is very focused and intends to bleed this stone and bring Official into the current age and offer the world to his deity and serve at his right hand.
And this is something that you guys want to have happen? This Whisper of Ages church?
No, our sect does not worship this deity. But Deacon Gray believes Official would be a means to achieve victory over the world. And he is connected to the Whisper of the Ages.
And so you don't believe in his goal, but you bless the item anyway?
As the head priestess here, I am told what to do, and I follow my instructions to the letter.
Who told you to do that then? If you're the head priestess, this deacon, it seems to me, I'm not a religious man, but I would think that a head priestess is higher than a deacon.
And there are others that are higher than the head priestess. I was told to merely make accommodations for Deacon Gray.
Okay, so Deacon Gray, this Deacon Gray is then being told to do by someone else then, higher than you.
I believe that Deacon Gray has come up with this idea, and it appealed to our superiors. I do not agree. This is not the same sect that I was brought into as a young girl and grew up in. These are not the ideas that I foster in my heart.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that religion seems to change once it goes from the word of a god or gods, in maybe your case, to the words of man.
I agree with you 100%. Deacon Gray intends to free Official beneath the shimmering of a great energy when the blood is bathed in blood.
I mean, the stone is bathed in blood?
Do you ask this from behind the curtain?
Yeah, Adesso comes back and starts to listen to the remainers and says, "You mean if the stone is bathed in blood, correct?"
The stone will be bathed in a blood, and that is when he will bleed this stone.
Is this something that you want to happen, ma'am?
No, it is not something that I want to happen. My daughter refused to join the Whisper of Ages. She did not believe in our ways. And now I worry for her because she does not have the same commitment that I once did.
Who's your daughter, ma'am?
It's not important. I haven't seen Anna in a very long time.
So your daughter's Anna.
Yes. I don't want to live this life anymore like this. I can't do this. I don't know what kind of men you are, if you're really on the sides of the world, or if you are just bringing about something worse than I've already assured victory to. But if you are on the right side, there is one way that Deacon Gray can be defeated in this endeavor.
What might that be, ma'am?
You have to be assured that every drop of this blood in the quartz is consumed by a female.
So the blood that's in the quartz has to be consumed by a female in order to not have this blood god of gods come back?
if the legends are to be believed.
Okay.
What happens to the woman that consumes the blood?
I don't know if she will live or die. Legends has it that she will die.
Okay. Was there anything you'd like to ask us, ma'am? Apparently, you know a little bit more than we do on this thing, and apparently our little ruse didn't get past you at all. Is there anything you want to ask us?
I would ask for the mercy of ending this life. I cannot go on knowing what I have done, what I have wrought on the world, on my children.
Ma'am, we can grant you that release. It is our intent to go and retrieve that vessel. And once we do that, we'll bring it back to you. And if you would do us the honor of consuming the blood to destroy it, and then for righting the wrong, I believe the scales would balance.
I don't know if my body is strong enough to do it.
We don't even know if you're telling the truth, ma'am.
What do you have to lose? Deacon Gray believes what he believes, and I believe that Deacon Gray is correct. If you don't believe me, then you won't believe what he is going to do. Then why be here at all?
So we have a job to do. We mean to finish that job. I believe our paths are the same. We both don't want this thing happening to the world. Anything else you can tell us that will help us stop this from happening to the world?
He intends to release off a shell.
Next episode.
Under a blood lunar eclipse.
And where might he be doing this ceremony? Is he returning here?
No. He will be doing this in Colorado. Next session. Maybe it's because some of the acloglyphs you've seen recently in the Aclos for Idiots back home. I'm sorry. What was the name of the book again?
How to read Aclo.
How to read.
It was like
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora Radio, iHeart Radio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, be sure to leave us that 5-star rating and review. Don't forget about our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. So if you're into watching and you want to help support this show, then head on over and hit that subscribe button. It really does help the show out. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted over there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next time, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.